Hello everyone! Welcome to another Hero Spotlight, featuring our newest hero, Zhuxin, the Beacon of Spirits. Zhuxin is an enigmatic woman who uses her lantern and butterflies to deal sustained damage and provide CC. Beacon of Spirits, Zhuxin. Passive, Crimson Butterflies. While Zhuxin is casting her second skill, the mana spent will be converted into crimson butterflies that will fly around her spirit lantern. Once she stops casting her second skill, these crimson butterflies will slowly dissipate, each one restoring a portion of her mana. Zhuxin starts with higher max mana, but the limit won't increase with her level. First skill, Fluttering Grace. Zhuxin deals magic damage to all enemies in a fan-shaped area and applies stacks of soul snare on them. Target's hit will also be slowed, while Zhuxin gains movement speed for a period of time. Second skill, Lantern Flare. Hold and drag the skill button to consume mana and move Zhuxin's spirit lantern independently of her, dealing continuous magic damage to all enemies in its range, while applying stacks of soul snare to enemy heroes. Once an enemy has enough stacks, they will be captured and pulled airborne. After capturing an enemy, release the skill button to throw all captured enemies to the target location, dealing magic damage to all targets in the area. Ultimate, Crimson Beacon. Zhuxin blinks to a target location and enters a flying state. For the duration of the ultimate, she deals continuous damage to enemies around her while applying stacks of soul snare. In the laning phase, use Zhuxin's first skill to slow the opponent and increase her own movement speed. Then use her second skill from a safe position and try to hit the minions and the opponent at the same time to both poke and clear the lane. Once the enemy has enough stacks, throw them into the minions for additional damage. In teamfights, use Zhuxin's ultimate to blink into a good position. Then follow up with her first skill to slow the enemy team, and use her second skill to build stacks at a safe distance. Try to capture as many enemies as possible with her second skill, then throw them out of position while also grouping them up. Zhuxin is a mage with strong sustained damage, and works best as a follow-up instead of the initiator for teamfights. Upgrade Zhuxin's second skill at level 1, and continue to prioritize upgrading it as her main source of damage. Hit the enemy with Zhuxin's first skill first, to create a more favorable environment to use her second skill. After capturing enemies with Zhuxin's second skill, release the button to throw them for additional AoE damage. We recommend the Mage emblem for Zhuxin with the Agility, Bargain Hunter, and Impure Rage talents. Zhuxin is somewhat equipment dependent, so Bargain Hunter will let her finish her build sooner, while Impure Rage provides extra damage and mana recovery. We recommend this build for Zhuxin to cover mana regen, slows, shields, and damage, allowing Zhuxin to maximize her potential in teamfights. Clock of Destiny is Zhuxin's core equipment. The higher max mana allows her to keep her second skill up longer, while the mana and HP regen gives her more sustain in lane. Ice Queen Wand is another good pickup to keep enemies slowed in her second skill. Grab Wishing Lantern in the late game to enhance Zhuxin's damage output. We recommend the Sprint Battle spell for Zhuxin for a burst of speed to safely kite while casting her second skill. Zhuxin can also take Vengeance to survive when she blinks into the enemy with her ultimate. Zhuxin is a good counter to enemies with less range and low mobility, such as Popol and Koopa and Cyclops, where she has a big advantage. Like most mages, Zhuxin is countered by heroes with high mobility and burst, such as Fanny and Saber, who can quickly take her down. Zhuxin can provide great damage in CC, but she can't realize her potential until later in the game, so heroes with CC can help Zhuxin get through the early period. Zhuxin also works well with sustained damage heroes, like Beleric, Kimmy, and Cece, to dish out a surprising amount of damage. Zhuxin Zhuxin's abundant control effects make her work well with a roamer who also has CC to terrorize the side lanes. Her second skill can quickly build stacks on controlled enemies and throw them back into your team to secure kills. In mid to late game teamfights, Zhuxin should stay in the back and poke with her second skill, and wait for the team to get a pick, then go in with her ultimate, followed by her first and second skill to clean up. Zhuxin, the Beacon of Spirits, will arrive on June 29th. Enjoy 30% off on launch week. Get Zhuxin's Ethereal Serenity skin for only 51 diamonds in the first 2 weeks. Discover the mysteries of our latest hero. And until next time, we'll be seeing you in the Land of Dawn.